This request comes from Jason Kando on what if Videl became an artificial human after becoming acquainted with 18's backstory sometime after the battle with Boo, as well as being told by Goten how she could fight on par with he and Trunks in the Mighty Mask costume, at least in their base forms. Videl's acceptance of her limits changes to her being inspired by 18 to gain strength beyond them that might have made a difference against Boo if applying herself, and a near enough perpetual youth being more appealing to her than she'd admit. Videl asks Burma, who tells her it would take time to cross-reference 17's blueprints and apply her own use of capsule nanotechnology when Gero's research was too complex to pick up well even for her. After around 2 years though, Burma has done all that's necessary to reconstruct Videl, who quickly tests out her growth, sparring with Gohan, but with his lack of desire to fight when needing to focus on his studies more than her. She's trained by Goku, who's happy to see she can keep up. This technology becoming available doesn't only make Videl curious, but also Kuririn, when thoughts of him being able to age at the same pace as his wife, and no longer having to be reliant on Goku, hasn't been willing to do so, though having trained his body well enough to make him stronger than 18. Losing access to the key he'd become reliant on doesn't make Kuririn League stronger than her at the start, but does give him the desire to improve himself far more. It's in age 778 that the 26th Tenkaichi Budokai occurs, and Kuririn requests Goku enter, as he wants to test out how much he's progressed, and also tells Mr. Satan 18 is requesting 30 million zeni for Kuririn jobbing to him if they meet up in the finals. Boo fixes it for Kuririn and Goku to fight in the first round, where Goku is quickly forced to become a Super Saiyan 3. Still, Kuririn's newfound power, strategic fighting style, and greater stamina has him eventually win and truly impress Goku at the efforts he's made with 18, as Kuririn also gains confirmation he can truly keep up with Goku now. With this, we move into how this would affect Super. Videl and Kuririn still haven't had the time to progress as much as 17 did in Super, but are still stronger than the rest of the Dragon team by the time Beerus arrives. Still pregnant though, Videl doesn't take part in the battle, and is too busy after Pan's birth to train further, though still exercises enough and encourages Gohan to do so, which has him not get physically rusty. Despite that, she still helps out against Frieza, with her strength being necessary, and easily defeats Tagoman, but she and Kuririn can't do anything to Frieza. Being there causes Videl to lose her life instead of Piccolo, making Gohan so angry he becomes capable of making Frieza go into his true form, with their ki reaching Beerus's planet immediately, and alerting Goku and Vegeta about things quick enough to come to Earth, and have the fight continue as normal then. Having been shown the need to better make use of their strength to protect their loved ones, Gohan and Videl start sparring more diligently, as well as be tutored by Piccolo to have the right mindset with it. When the universe tournament occurs, Gohan still doesn't enter due to the conference meeting, but is confident enough in Videl's progress that surpassed his own, as well as Goku acknowledging Kuririn as a necessary competitor. Videl requests to go first and show the results of her Shugyo, easily throwing Botamo out of the ring, but being taken off guard by Frost's needles. Goku then suffering the same fate, but Kuririn being more determined to defeat one identical to a traumatic opponent, with him kicking Frost out of the rim before he can hit him, and the needles then being exposed. Now being more comparable to 17's power, his raw strength is enough to defeat Magetta and Kappa, and fast enough to make Hit's time skip useless. Goku tells Zeno he wishes he could have gotten to fight properly, and becomes friends with him. Zamasu instead becomes Kuririn Black, who, not needing to draw out this body's power further, disposes of Trunks as soon as he arrives in in the timeline. His activities can't escape Zenor's notice forever though, and the Zero Mortal plan becomes undone when getting to Universe 11, Jiren defeating Black, and Belmod sealing Zamasu, while Toppo protects Kai. It's upon having not heard from Kuririn's family in a while that Roshi becomes concerned and asks Goku to find out more, who goes to Namek to use the Dragon Balls when finding nothing at their house. Porunga tells him what happened with one wish, and the other is used to revive all of Zamasu's victims. This only brings back those in Universe 7, as Porunga's power can't extend beyond time and space, with Kuririn also being stuck in Zamasu's body. Kuririn finds it difficult to adjust emotionally, as does 18, but he gains control of the new body very well, as the Super Dragon Balls have already been used. The Tournament of Power is scheduled for a year later than normal, with the Moro arc happening before it, and starting off near enough the same. When Moro attacks Earth, Videl joins in, and proves a great asset as the strongest member of the group before Vegeta and Goku arrive, and Moro's ability not working against her. Her presence, as well as Gohan and Piccolo being far stronger than usual, has them pressure Sagambol, enough that he's forced to overload, and Moro steps forth to face them, Gohan's ki being still large enough for Goku to get there immediately. While Kuririn easily deals with the other prisoners, they support Goku, who can just barely use Ultra Instinct Sign, with Videl jumping in once Goku and Vegeta get bested by Moro. She isn't able to do anything against him though, and is brought to the brink of death, which causes Gohan's rage, combined with the mindset Piccolo's tutelage has provided him, to awaken the beast form and swiftly destroy Moro before he can drain his ki. 7-3 is still collected by Granola, tale of Saiyans on Earth who defeated 7-3. Before he can do anything about that though, the Tournament of Power occurs, and Videl is given a spot as soon as Gohan becomes aware of it, with Muten Roshi being the reserve until Buu falls asleep. A far more prepared Gohan easily stops Frost from targeting Tenshinhan, and despite eliminating far more opponents, Piccolo is still knocked out the rim when unprepared for Damon. Without the Universe 6 Saiyans learning how to become Super Saiyans, Kaba and Caulifla are defeated early in the tournament, and Kale is filled with fear rather than anger, meeting their fate soon after. This keeps many of those she'd normally eliminate in the competition, only to be eliminated by Gohan instead. Being far stronger from sparring with her husband causes 18 to defeat Ribrianne quick enough Damon can't catch her, as Universe 7's two power couples swiftly turn the tides. Gohan's raw power is enough to force Jiren to go beyond his limits, and though his more efficient use of ki manages to outlast Gohan, enough is used up that Goku, fully mastering Ultra Instinct soon after, gains a decisive victory. 17 and Kuririn do debate putting the latter in his original body, but Kuririn forgoes this when seeing the other universes as more important, and allows Goku to make the wish to restore them. Immediately after, the Granola arc occurs the same as normal, but without Frieza's arrival. Goku, Vegeta and Granola instead having a longer fight with Gas, until Whis arrives to have them make Beerus yakisoba, with Beerus coming personally when seeing Gas as an annoyance must be erased, before Granola gets rid of the other heaters. When the Gammas appear, Piccolo puts up a better fight against Gamma 2, but still knows he's at a disadvantage. He tells Gohan about this, who has yet to become rusty, with Beast Gohan pacifying the Gammas and easily destroying Cell Max, while Videl is teaching her martial arts class blissfully unaware. Regardless of Super's future, Videl's more active martial arts career has her very willing to tutor Pan, who ends up far stronger by the time of GT. This is to the extent that the Mega Cannon Sigma are no threat to her, and she can easily put up a fight against Rild until he goes into his metal form, where Goku takes over, both of them being turned into metal, and Trunks' plan going well. The next change is when they face Baby on planet Sufru, where Pan is strong enough to overpower her father, but her mother facing her as well proves too much, and the arc goes the same from there. Pan and Videl then spar regularly after the restoration of Earth, both from their inability to stop Baby and save Piccolo, making great progress in power. By the time of the Super 17 arc, far stronger than usual, Kuririn Kuririn is able to survive 17's attack and put him at a disadvantage with 18's help. Kuririn then resolving to finish 17 off with a Kienzan and prevent Super 17 from happening. Pan defeats Rild on her own, while Videl helps take out many of the other villains, before Vegeta goes Super Saiyan to dispose of Hellfighter 17 and put a quick end to Mew and Geralt's ambitions. Although Pan has an easier time against most of the evil dragons, things don't diverge too much until facing E Shenlong, where Videl, Kuririn and 18 help Oop stall for Goku going beyond his limits. Their assistance prevents Oop from getting his arm broken, and upon Gogeta's fusion becoming undone, Gohan decides to fuse with Oop to assist Goku and Vegeta. The threat of Gogeta appearing again causes E Shenlong to be more serious though, and land a fatal blow with his Dragon Thunder, this angering Pan enough for her to become a Super Saiyan. This still isn't enough to do anything to the dragon, but Goku not taking the additional damage due to all the stalling allows he and Vegeta to fuse once more and instantly get rid of E Shenlong. The Dragon Balls then leave Earth after reviving everyone, and Goku leaves with Vegeta 11 years later when the latter senses his life nearing its end, wanting to settle their rivalry. Aging far slower than the rest, Videl is forced to outlive Gohan and watch Pan grow old, but still sticks by her in assuring the next generation go down the right path, one day tutoring Goku Jr. and her input allowing him to progress enough to decisively defeat Vegeta Jr. in the 64th Tenkaichi Budokai. It's here we see the potential workaround to Videl's acceptance of irrelevance, but also the issues that will come from striving for such power, particularly in Kuririn's case. Thank you for having watched through this What If. Request 1, subscribe for it and more, and check out some older ones. For instance, you may want to see another Videl-centric What If on if she met Gohan earlier.